morning.
Good morning.
I'm Joellen Litz with the Lebanon County Commission for Women, and I wanted to say congratulations on being inducted into the Women's Hall of Fame.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're
It
welcome.
is just so humbling to be here today.
Well, you're certainly deserving, and I'd like you to start by telling us your full name and a little bit about your family.
Okay. Well, my full name is Tracie Lee Moyer Clemens, and my family, I am a widow. My late husband passed away in an accident.
My condolences.
Thank you. Wonderful man, and certainly still a pride of all of us. I have two sons, however, Andrew Clemens and Alex Clemens, and they are they're adults now, but one is a doctor of physical therapy, and the other one is working down in Florida, where it's sunny and shiny and beautiful day today, but he's working in an industry with the yachts and things, so he's just a fabulous, they're both wonderful brothers and special to one another, and more importantly to me.
Well, you know, that's a lovely family.
Yes.
And I guess I'm just going to go back a little bit with you because I met you through your mother, Joan.
Yes, you
and
did.
She was a hard worker and was in politics, but that's okay.
No,
That's
she's
how
a
we met.
hard worker in
Yeah, and
politics.
she's still
I
around.
came from a family that had different. My father had his views, my mother had hers, and they both gave a lot of time to the parties, and it was a great, growing up and having those experiences with my parents helped me to be, I hope, a really good individual to serve in my civic duty in regards to, really looking at the fairness of who we select and things to help us in our communities and our state and our nation and so forth. So yeah, my mother was a hard worker, and I have good work ethic, I think, from my parents. I will tell you that all from the start. My family will tell you that.
That's wonderful. So, you have a really extensive background in education from the Northern Lebanon School District, and you were also principal at Henry Houck Elementary School,
Lebanon City,
and Union Canal Elementary, and Director of Elementary Education and Federal Programs in Cornwall Lebanon School District. Tell me about all this.
Well, it all started when I thought I wanted to be a psychologist, and I fell into an education course at Mooresville University, and I fell in love. And my passion is, of course, the students and their achievement. I hope that I've inspired many students along our journey, but I feel it's a calling. I think when you're an educator, and especially an educational leader, it's really a calling. And I've been blessed in our county, in our community, that they have seen me in various areas and various roles, and it has inspired me to continue on with some of the challenges as well. So yes, education is a big part of what I do.
Just big wow.
Yeah, oh, thank
You've touched a lot of lives.
We have, but
Yes.
I say we because there's so many others. It takes the entire community and an outreach, to do those things. And I've always been blessed as an educator to have others who will, come into the classroom or come into our school and now come into our district and really support us as partners. So it's important.
It is important. So I happen to know a little bit about this excellence in education because my husband was a teacher that was nominated, I think, 10 different times. But here it says you are an award recipient. Tell us about, was it a once and done deal?
No.
Tell me about it.
I've had a few.
And how many is
I've had
a
a
few?
Oh, probably around 5.
See, that means you were a really good teacher in the classroom.
Well, and when I was in my teaching days, and they were all wonderful, they are students who are aspiring and to be, they're usually the top students of the district.
Top
and of course,
5%.
right? And I definitely, I was elementary bound at the time, so for them to look back in those early years, I always call the early years as our foundation years, to select me out of all who probably touched their lives. It is quite an honor. So they're in all different places. They are leaders now in our community. They went on to different avenues, and they're just amazing.
And you said something, early education is really the keystone, the foundation of what children are going to become. And to have someone like you, the caliber that you teach, I mean, oh my goodness, those children were so lucky. And I think they know it.
Thank you.
So, your husband, Raymond, there's a volleyball award. Tell me about that.
Well, the Raymond A. Clemens Jr. Volleyball Award, my late husband, Raymond Ray, as everyone called him, Coach Ray, actually coached and started a volleyball program through the Cornwall Lebanon School District.
Okay.
It started as an intramural program with another fellow colleague of his through the years of, I say, volleyball colleague of another player, Helene Snyder, who was inspirational
She
as
was
far
my
as
gym
her.
teacher.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. So she had this vision of starting a volleyball program for intramurals, and it ran at all the
Yes.
yes,
I see it.
see, it touched you. So from there, it aspired where he was a really strong volleyball player, and he would play all around the county. And Lancaster County had a huge calling for volleyball players, and he actually started a club team, and from there they were a club team for a period of time, and then it was sanctioned as the and decided upon that the Cornwall Lebanon School District would take on a boys volleyball team. From there it grew to a girls volleyball team as well. They still exist today. So in his passing, we ended up doing we ended up putting together a scholarship in his honor and memory of the work he did, and it was only touching to put it in through those other students, to touch them, and it's to just inspire other students to move forward with their passion. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to college. It doesn't necessarily mean trades are so important, as you well know. Students going out into the workforce, if they're deserving of the character of just being, someone who's provided time and effort and dedication, that is who we consider as well. So we certainly want someone who can represent his what we feel emulated his ways and what have you, but it is just something very special to our family and our community.
And wasn't he like a park ranger or something?
Yeah, he was supervisor for the Fish and Boat Commission.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I love the outdoors, as you well know. You like the outdoors as well.
I do.
So
and all that outdoor stuff. Now you're still volunteering with the Horseshoe Trail District, the Boy Scouts.
I am. I serve on the executive board of the Horseshoe Trails. I was Horseshoe Trail chairman in the past, so I've been asked to be on the executive board, and scouting has been in my history and journey since my teaching days back in northern Lebanon. So certainly, I've learned a lot through our students and our scouts and what it offers to all.
Right.
So thank you.
Well, thank you. And you organized the breakfast as well.
For fundraising.
And you've been active in the Junior Women's Club, the Junior Golf Program.
Yep, junior golf.
Youth for Christ, Bids for Kids, the Commission for Women, and you're a greeter at the Cornwall House Tours, and CEO of Druex, a family limited partnership. Tell me what the heck that is.
My sons and I, we decided their father would be proud if we would just take on a few more little projects in our life. So we decided to put a partnership together, and it's basically for just something in our spare time. It's just a family business.
Enterprise,
yes,
yeah.
enterprise.
Well, that's great. So you have the ability to empower others, to challenge them, to encourage them, and as well as you make them trustworthy and honest and loyal. And an accomplished humanitarian. It sounds like a Boy Scout thing, but all that being said, if you could hone it down into a few words, what message would you pass on to the next generation, looking to you for advice, looking to you as a mentor?
Well, I thank you for that. I just think if we give to one another, we'll achieve so much more. And so I think my mother, who you learn, who will be, and inspired me, and my father, they always taught us civic service and giving to others and always being there. And together we would just be better.
Thank you,
So
Tracie.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.